Good evening. Welcome to Loud Poets. Please clap your hands, stamp your feet, and make some noise for your host and compere, Kevin McLean.
Hello, and welcome to Loud Poets! Oh yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much for making some noise. This is Loud Poets Best of Fringe. I am Kevin McLean, and I will be your host for this evening. Is everyone excited for Fringe? So not local then, no? Good. No, it's very exciting. This is our very first day back at the Fringe. We had our last show like half an hour ago. It was wonderful. You should have come, really. You should have come along. Anyone here from the first show? You agree with me, right? One of them. Good. I'm sure it will go better than that. Don't listen to the first row. They're crazy. No, this is going to be wonderful. We have 3 of the top poets in the UK for you. We are bringing over 50 poets to this stage during the month of August. It's going to be quite the wild ride. Are you guys up for some spoken word? We are bringing the poets, we're bringing the lights and the stage and all of the tech. You guys need to bring the loud. So I'm going to ask that one more time. Are you ready for some spoken word? Oh, damn right you are. This is very exciting. I am going to waste no more time. I'm going to introduce our very first poet of the evening. Please put your hands together and make all of the noise for Colin Bramwell.
Thank you. Yes, there will be a Colin poem. Folks, the previews are out of the way. It's the first day of the Fringe. I've written a poem to mark the occasion. It's called Ed Fringe 20. Well, it's called hashtag Ed Fringe 22, but let's be honest, the hashtag might not stay on the page all that long. Ed Fringe 2022 for the performers. If a cigarette could take a pish, it would smell of the Cowgate's sold-out musk. Welcome back to the Liquid Room smoking area, where I am stale beer once again, counting the take from our first bucket, preparing for my 15th gig of the week. We booked a full run of the Fuck It, I Can't Be Arsed, Let's Just Be Absolutely Free show. It's on every day, apart from shitty Wednesdays, at the newly renamed Heroes Club, though you might remember this as Opium. These are the most febrile days of our lives, the most well-earned pints. After 3 long years, I am glad again to be more than another nearly funny bloke from the south, living my life in fancy dress. Fuck me, I've been missing this. There's nothing like the hit of when an unplanned scene goes fucking well, when my organ finds the right shade to cast over it, or when the post-show pitch goes even better. Now this is a free show. That means it's free to enter and 300 quid to leave. The weight of the bucket when this lands, the lightness when it sinks, piloting successive ships of rooms, each with its own peculiar undertow, some loving, some impossible, each drawing its own hour-long wake. Nailing the best moments to the back of the club wall and hanging my jacket on them, flushing away the stinkers. Onwards, freaks, into the gutters with you. Go on, pack them out. Cheers.
What a way to kick it off. I am so excited for Fringe. It's been a couple years since we had a proper one. It's going to be, just absolutely amazing. Like Colin mentions, the Free Fringe as well is like such a big part of it. And a lot of the poetry that goes on is at the Free Fringe. So if you are looking for, kind of pointers in the right direction for where you can catch more wonderful spoken words, do, talk to us after the show. Let us know and we will point you in the right direction. But I don't need to point you anywhere just now because we have poets for you. And I am so excited to introduce the next one. We just did a show with Bad Betty Press, who are based down in London, and she was going to be part of the show and then she couldn't make it, so I'm so excited to have her here. You have to give her all the love, all the noise. Welcome to the stage, Molly Naylor!
Thank you so much. How are you doing? Good. Great. Cool. So I want to do a little poem for you about, did anyone lose their personality over the plague? I completely lost my personality, and it was okay though, because I was spending a lot of time alone. Over the pandemic, I got sort of locked down alone, and I felt like, oh, maybe I like this, maybe I don't. I was feeling very different every day, and I was trying to work out, like, am I an extrovert and am I an introvert? And I was doing quizzes, and it turned out I was all of it. I was everything. And then I came out of the pandemic, and I had this like sense of really wanting to connect with people again, and feeling really like desperate to be with people, but also feeling a bit like mental and like I didn't have the skills. So I'd be like going up to people and being like, ah, like, and so this is a poem that kind of encapsulates that feeling. It's called I Want Whatever You've Got. I want to spend time with you. I know we've just met, but it has been a long plague. Can I borrow your lip balm, or possibly move in? Can I watch you listen to this playlist I made you? Can I help you make that cup of tea? Let's book paddleboarding. Let's go on a curry crawl. Let's go carol singing. I'm tone deaf, it'll be funny. I want to slow dance with you in the cereal aisle. I want you to push me about in your wheelbarrow. I want to play Guess the Revels in a haunted mansion. I want all of it. All of it, your complaints, vanities, habits, your embarrassing art projects. Most of all, I want your wan husks that try to speak about this exact thing and this exact time. Yes, I want the story of your languishing, your shitty summations, your voice in the air, your gasps in the dark. Thank you.
We are off to a good start, and what a better way to complete this trio than one of my favourite poets in the scene. I caught his show today. It was absolutely fantastic. I know you're going to be blown away if you haven't seen him before. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Rob Auton!
Has anyone here got upstairs neighbours? Yeah. You can hear? You can hear them? Okay. This is called Good Boy. Our neighbours that we can hear have got a new puppy. The lady says words to it such as, good boy, and no. I've started to pretend the lady is talking to me as a result of my actions. Since I started writing this, I've been called a good boy 4 times. Oh, it feels fantastic. Just to be encouraged. Oh, she just shouted, no! Maybe she didn't like that line about being encouraged. She is right, though. I must never, ever, ever, ever get overconfident. She's instructing me to sit down. But I'm already sitting down. Oh, I'm a good boy again now. I guess I must have sat down. Even more, not sure how I pulled that off. Yeah, great. We're back on track. When she asked the question, who's a good boy then? I say, me. I'm a good boy. Last night she repeatedly told me to leave. I'm not going anywhere. I don't know how I will feel if I see the puppy. Probably feel ashamed that I've been using compliments aimed at him for the sake of my own mental health. Sometimes when the puppy is left alone, he makes high-pitched noises like a windscreen wiper. When nobody is calling him a good boy, I want to shout, good boy! You're a good boy! Just to make myself feel a bit better, if anything. Thank you very much.
In fact, and rather than a round of applause, on 3, can we just get a good boy for Rob? 1, 2, 3. Good boy! Fantastic. I'm sure Does that work for you, Rob? You should change up your show. That's wonderful stuff. Guys, those are our three poets, and those are their introductions. But it's no fun when they get to introduce themselves, is it? When they get to pick their own work of what way they want to best introduce themselves. So, here at Loud Poets, I can speak, we play a little game called Poetry Jukebox. And what we do is we get all of our poets up on the stage, we throw some random prompts at them up on the screen, and they have to crowbar their poem into that theme. Everyone understand? You've seen Mock with the Week before. We're all good. Yes, good. Well, then please put your hands together and help me welcome back to the stage all of our lovely poets. Did everyone hear Gladiators is coming back? Fucking right. Cancel the show. Gladiators chat. Which means I get to do this, and it's topical. Poets, are you ready? Audience, are you ready? Yeah! We've got you beat, poets, I'm afraid. Okay, Roddy, can we have the first category, please? Treasure. It's like the reverse Frankie Boyle.
What, me? I'll just read. This is a poem called Silvernouse. Silvernouse is a wee forest down near Cramond in this city. It's a winter poem, Silvernouse November. What colours can be found in leafless trees? The green dog rolled in front of me, then ran, uncoupling from the wood like a heavy cloud, being fast forwarded by strong winds over and away from the polychrome earth, its constant nudity. In winter you see straight through a copse, into its dark, afflicted, magpie disappointing heart. And almost never is a small blue bag tied round a branch and dripping mortally. Mostly there's an umber shade of mud, existing in quite complicated textures, blissfully unaware of its potential, reminding me to let the dog be a dog.
Amazing stuff. Good job, Colin. Good job. Roddy, can we have another category, please? Fire. Ooh. You can crowbar heavily if need be. Yeah.
All right. I've got nothing on fire, but I've got something on water. How do you feel? Ooh, okay. Okay, right, yeah. Something on water because, we're going to need it, but it's over. Okay, so I like swimming outside, and I don't like it when people call swimming outside wild swimming, because I've been swimming outside since I was a child, and now it's like this cool, fashionable thing to do. No offence if anyone's into it. I feel like there's a lot of silence, which maybe you're all wild swimmers, are you? But I felt like, that sort of thing where you feel like something that you love doing has been co-opted in a sort of like commercialised, like fancy way. So this is sort of my attack on that, but also my encouragement to you to go swimming outside if you don't. Do you? Some of you really, okay. Give me a whoop if you like to swim outside. Give me a whoop if you fucking don't. Okay, all right, this is for you. This is called Blah Blah Water. There are too many poems about bodies of water, but whenever I see one, I have to jump in. It's easy to forget that you're like it, the daunting prospect of sudden immersion. But you don't have to be brave or slide serenely in like a thin and stylish nature writer. You can be a little kid. Let yourself be worried, chubby, weird. The water's there to give you what you don't know you need. Thanks.
I don't know if you noticed, Molly, but Roddy cheated for you and threw up opportunity, so I guess that counts for anything. Roddy, can we have another category, please? Last.
Okay. Well, I am last. I haven't got a poem about last, but I've got a poem about water as well. Can I do that? What is water? Water is the smell of a pint of orange cordial before you've added the cordial. Similar in taste to the broken pelvis of a melted snowman, the backbone of a snowflake, the unsalted tear of a poodle, the elbow of a puddle, the heartbeat of all wetness, ground softener for the trowels, purpose giver to the towels, transporter of pills, can't travel up hills, spacious housing estate without walls for some lucky fish, sometimes gives people a license to throw a coin in and make a wish, Mother Nature's womb for the frog spawn, wet film set for the frog's porn. Water, something for the ducks to have a little float on, something for a pirate to sail his little boat on. Water, hype man for the bubble bath, pop, 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 pop. Guaranteed to make the babies laugh, bath time equals laugh time, yeah. When you're young, not so much anymore for me. I have showers, I don't have toys. Me standing still in the shower holding a yellow plastic duck would just be sad now. When I was little, I got put in a bath with my sister and my cousins. I don't know how water, arch enemy of the Dyson Airblade. Someone here got a hairdryer in their house? Has anyone here got a hairdryer in their house? Yeah. Has anyone got a hand dryer in their house? No. That's not illegal, is it? We just all agreed not to. Has anyone here got a hot water bottle? Yeah, I once met a lady who had 2 hot water bottles, one for the bedroom and one for the living room. What a luxury. Doesn't she know they are portable? Water, playground for the dolphins. I saw the list of the top 100 things to do before you die for dolphins. Swim with humans was not on it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Fuck it. Colin, have you got a water poem you want to do? Yeah. Good, there we go.
Just do water poems. Just go one by one doing water poems for like, we go for fucking hours. Right. Okay. This is a poem called Hellespont, which is the body of water in the Bosphorus in Istanbul. I leave my right arm out for your left hand. Time was, I thought, I was too young for this. Between us, there's the sea, an ampersand that separates our names. We've never kissed. But ever since I saw you from my own side of this crowded shore, I have been helpless. I watch you speak. I watch the streets elide the shadows of your throat when night is moonless, and mislead myself with thoughts of heaven. We will never kiss, with our lips woven to the water where the stars go missing. But in this way, we're only ever kissing. And yes, you're with another. I'm mistaken. It still feels like anything could happen.
Amazing stuff. You know what? I don't want anything but water poems. Big round of applause for all of our poets! I entirely blame Molly for that going awry. I don't know about you guys. I've never had a bunch of poets just unanimously refuse to take part. Wonderful. Thank you for that, guys. We are going to jump into the feature sets, but to give our poets a little moment to collect themselves, I wish I had that. I'm going to just plug a couple quick things. Basically, poets are hungry people and they sell books to get food. If you would like to feed a poet, we have a wonderful merch stall upstairs where you can pick up books. You can find flyers for other spoken word shows. You can sign up to our mailing list where you can get updates on all of our shows, and we put out a lot about the kind of Scottish spoken word scene at large. So if you are based in Scotland, you want to learn more about spoken word, sign up to the mailing list and we will send you all of the gigs that are happening. But yeah, so please do that. Go and check out more spoken word during the Fringe, because it is the smallest section in the Fringe, but it gives some of the absolute most amazing performances. The range, you get funny, you get sad, you get everything in between. So please do go out and support spoken word during the Fringe. But that was all I will plug for now until the end. We will move on to our feature poets. Are you guys ready? Fantastic, then I will waste no more time. Please welcome back to the stage the incredible Colin Bramwell!
I've been listening to this band called Bread recently. Has anyone heard Bread? No, it's fucking just me. I think Bread must be a really good band to be in. When someone asks you what's your band name, you can say I'm in Bread. Men with coconuts, folks. That's improvisation right there. Yes, this song by Bread was really stuck in my head. I had to kind of exercise it by writing something down. So it's an earworm after Bread. Dreams are for those who sleep, and I couldn't after you left for work this morning. The big tree at the back of the garden was loud, and the birds were yelling over it. In praise of late morning rain, before the turn of day's customary bong hit. Watching through the open garden door, smoke passing into drizzle, into silence. A conference with the air. The company of the rain is the company of the word rain, and these drops are as uncountable as the seconds in a life. For the umpteenth time I have asked you to put a sheet down when you're painting the flowers, but you never do. And now these dented floorboards are coats of many. And will this tension at our feet fall through into the basement where the mice live rent-free? Today, Justin Timberlake has sold his entire back catalogue to Hypnosis Song Management for $100 million. It's 5:22, and yesterday's dinner beckons. I'd like to make it with you. Thanks, folks. Okay, I'll do another one about Edinburgh. So I was up in George IV Bridge watching the sunset the other day, kind of sort of coming through the buildings, and I was smoking a cigarette back when I smoked cigarettes. Although maybe tonight I will smoke cigarettes. Fag break, George IV Bridge. A swatch o' licht, through which one plume o' superannuated clud rises o'er the heeds who pass, each registering a sunset with the quality o' miracle. Some thochsmack death worth risking. Exhalations o' a granite floor vault the walls o' flodden. Deek it out and blin yoursel. Even at sick an angle, the sun's mair deedly to sich than hunners o' fags to a lung. But, for now, you're hiddled for the danger. Blonde smoke at a sunset with the quality of science, licht kythen through the splendour of a granite frame, and recalling that we dinna have one name for sick phenomena in language, but a million. Inhale, man. You've made it this far. Now you can clap. I mean, you don't have to. That sounded real arrogant. That's another one about water. I'll save that to the end. Let's do this one. I'm sort of fascinated by rooms and the history of hotel rooms. You know, the kind of histories that they can contain. So this is just called hotel rooms. The room where the thing could be the site of an important backroom deal, the kind that converts a gaseous giant into two flat pebbles in the skim. Or the anywhere where Richard Burton and Liz Hurley passed their final night together, draining the minibar and tearing lumps out of their shared life to keep. Wherever it exists, the Americans and the Soviets have bugged it. Two agents with sunglasses and different flag pins on their lapels are sharing earbuds outside. If they are not in love, then no adjoining room can be. Received wisdom says any room with history will only ever amount to the locus for a single event's actualization. Hence the orthodoxy of nostalgia being a hell of a stain to wash out. So somewhere else there's a beach where no one goes at night because the currents are strong, and anywhere a person died there is a ghost forever. For now, though, she is only young. Her parents are at reception, checking. She rides a suitcase all the way up to this room, where a cot has been made at the foot of the bed, two singles pushed together, and this is the story of everything that ever happened there. Thanks. Okay. it really kills me how much teenagers get examined. It's a real shame. You know, the amount of times that you're spending examining yourself, and then some other big fucker has to come along and do it for you. Some advice for the over-examined. Tonight I dreamed of your revenge, and the sea was filled with plastic gods once more, and the houses on the shore were being washed away. 3 basic rules for self-actualization. 1, build it, and they'll leave. This is true for any object, even trash. Go to the bin with the unrecyclable waste and take a good hard look. Exceedingly like a bin. Rule 2. Take your pyramid of needs and raise a temple. There is a minor god in Lucozade. Use it, then cast off. Each abandoned vessel proves its transubstantiation by floating better when drained. All you face is an exam of marriage created by divorce. Rule 3. The difference between something and nothing is overdone. What matters is to know what's a bin and what's the sea, and why each iceberg is more below, and krill as many tails as visible moons in this 5 a.m. sky. More than one? Look it up. There's time. Soon this will be done, and you will flood the houses your fathers built and think as eels again. Cheers. Right. This last one, oh my god, guys, it's watery as fuck. Right. Is there a fruit that's more watery than the watermelon? It's got fucking water in the title. Watermelon. This is my last one. Thanks so much. Watermelon. Big on summer. Big on the causes of summer. Its syntax is inevitable. This is nature's green full stop, found at the settlement of Bab-ed Dra by the Dead Sea, as what most sentences mean when they die is, reader, go on. Reader, cut me open. And purchased at the Lidl in Slateford. To slice this properly, vertically, you'll need to use your whole elbow. There is no half-arsing it. The knife cuts in more than one direction. You are using all of your brain, all of the time. A thought is pure sensation. A watermelon is only everything. I like to go in face first, to feel it kissing both my cheeks at once, not to think too much about it, never chew for so long that it falls apart completely. I accept its human countenance, the tiger face paint, the inevitable blush when opened up. Sometimes I will break its iconic crescent down into 3 or 4 gory little icebergs. The glass of pure water is redundant, the blue sandwich bag insufficiently wee to hold another uncut hemisphere. Reader, it is summer, it is raining, this is all you'll ever need. Thank you.
Amazing stuff, amazing stuff. Colin has a show. I'm going to be going over all the shows as we kind of get to them. But yeah, Colin has a show that he's part of with Men with Coconuts, who are longtime friends of ours. So please do go and support all the stuff that the Men with Coconuts are doing, because they're awesome. For now, we move on to another awesome person, despite derailing the jukebox show. We have our second poet. I'm so blown away by them. I'm so excited to see their feature set. Please put your hands together and make some noise for Molly Naylor!
All right, what's your favourite season? Go.
Autumn.
Oh my God, autumn, but a quiet winter down there. Love that. I love that none of you said summer. Correct. Summer is dog shit. Like, even outside of climate apocalypse, summer is an embarrassment. Do you know what I mean? It's just awful. It's too garish. Winter is correct. Autumn's fine. This is called wintering. Summer announces itself tits first. Grubby festival bands around its wrist. I'm here, damn it, booze me. Whereas winter shuffles in. Looks for somewhere to hang its coat. Gives up and keeps it on. Winter buys you whiskey. Asks you how you are. Lets you pick the songs. Thanks. Great. Okay. So, do you like dogs best or cats best? Give me a shout out for cats. Woo! Shout out for dogs. Woo! Okay, correct. You're a good audience. So I always saw myself as a dog person. But I realized, so I fell in love with somebody at the beginning of the pandemic, just before the pandemic, and she had a dog, but I hadn't met the dog, right? I'd just seen the dog on the internet. And it's very easy to think of yourself as a dog person when you just see a dog on the internet, isn't it? And be like, oh yeah, dogs are nice. And then after, like, throughout the pandemic, we like fell in love more, and then we like moved in together after the pandemic, and then suddenly there was a dog living in my house. And that is different, isn't it? Different to just seeing a dog on the internet, being cute on Instagram. So this is about that. It's called My Girlfriend's Dog. Is needy as a toddler and creaky as a pensioner. He'll lick your nose, refuse to die, and ruin your life. Farting lap clamberer, bearded man assaulter, fur dispersing oblivious gooseberry. One day I left the door open and he ran away. I searched the streets and parks for hours, came back to find the house all cold with quiet blame. Just after dusk, he returned. Ran right in, dirty-bellied and bouncing with stories, announcing, "It is me! I have come back. And yes, this is goose shit coating my neck." That night, I cooked him chicken, slept with my hand on his head. I just never imagined myself with a dog. Me who'd trek across moors to a possible rave with no guarantee of a bed or lift home. His heart is the size of a plum. I looked that up. Thanks. Thank you. All right, so anyone dating at the minute? Okay. Are you... I'm sure. I'm not going to get involved in that. That's messy. I can see that. I feel like, so I'm 39 now, not to brag, but I feel like throughout like all my 20s and my early 30s, when my dating would go like this, I would meet someone and I would be like, "Hello, my name's Molly and I am absolutely perfect." And they would go, "Hi, I'm perfect too." And then I would just kind of like infer what they wanted me to be. I'd become that guy. And then over the subsequent like weeks or months or years, that would just fall apart and we'd have to realize who we really are, and it would be awful and depressing, and then we break up. And now I kind of go the opposite way. I turn up and I'm like, "Hello, I'm broken." And then I just sort of tell them about the ways in which I'm broken. And I actually find that a much better strategy. So I feel like if you meet someone now and they don't admit that they're broken, that is a red flag and you need to leave. Yeah, so this is just about that. It is called "Exhausted by My Brilliant Solitude, I Consider Introducing Someone to My Body and My Ghost." Now, you might think that's a bit of a long title, and you'd be correct. They don't recommend getting your ghost out for the lads. Not at this age. Ghosts are for fantasists, kids, cannabis confessions parked up by the reservoir in older boys' cars. Adult-sized people want to watch long-form TV with those who don't look haunted at all, apparently. But I'm friends with my ghost. We have found a rhythm. She has a certain dystopian charm and she's jealous. She's generous with her cigarettes. And what if this time I found someone whose ghost gets on with mine? Our ghosts could drink or fuck while we were free to roam. Adventures would be easy. We'd fall asleep anywhere as we'd both know what's hiding in the dark. Thanks. Oh my God, can I say, like, when you do like an it's honestly like the best feeling in the world. Because, like, do you know what I mean? Like, a whoop is great. Like, silence is dog shit, but like an is just the best thing in the world. Thank you for your poetry ums. Okay, do you feel like over the last few years, maybe the last 10 years, there's been like a lot of sort of like discourse online about how amazing everything has to be and everyone has to be, like a lot of like kind of like smashing it discourse, you know what I mean? Like, you're smashing it, you're killing it, you're slaying it. Do you know what I mean? Do you see that a lot? Like, especially on Instagram, and someone will be like, "Fucking killing it, kicking the dick off life." And but it'll just be like a picture of a crumpet and you're like, okay. And I feel like this is a dangerous thing. I feel like there's that narrative, and then there's also a lot of like self-care, fucking have a bubble bath, like wank yourself off with a candle. And it's like, I just feel like it's too much. If you weren't telling me how much I needed to kick the dick off it, I wouldn't need so many bubble baths. So this is my pitch to you. What if we like made things a bit more medium? Do you know what I mean? And we just lower the bar and set the expectations a bit differently, like we can just be fine. Are you with me? Someone just said, please. So yeah, this is that. This is my manifesto. It's called You're All Right. You're all right, you are. You're fine. You're 6 out of 10. You're medium cheese. Don't love yourself, accept yourself. Who's got time to love themselves when the floods are coming and there's a new season of Ozark? You're all right, you are. You're yogurt and that is fine. You're not a tiramisu, but you don't have to be a tiramisu. Tiramisu for breakfast is too much. You're all right, you are. You're not particularly inspiring, but you're relatively kind, so just buy me a lager and don't murder me. Just a normal lager, not an 8% craft beer with amazing graphic design. Just a lager like Kronenberg, like we used to think was fine. You're all right, you are. You are acceptable. And what more does anyone want? You're an apple, you're fine. You're a biro, it works. You're flowers from the Esso, there's still flowers. What are you having for tea tonight? Jack a potato? Yeah, good, do that. I know it's not paleo, but you don't have to do paleo. That's for Hollywood and cunts. Going swimming, are you? Doing butterfly, are you? Don't just do breaststroke. Stop trying to do butterfly, it's weird. You're all right, you are. There's no shame in you. You're like when someone has a Q in Scrabble and uses it to spell queen. You don't impress me much, and I like that. I don't need to be impressed all the time. I'm 39. I've seen Stonehenge. I've seen a fish eat a duck. I've met Robin Ince. Just crack on. You're fine. You're all right, you are. You're not a work of art. You're a doodle of a hair or a photo taken by a mum on an iPad. You're Dawson's Creek. But if we open our hearts, we can find you very poignant. You're all right, you are. You're occasionally funny. You're 6 out of 10. You're an apple, enough. A biro, enough. A yogurt, enough. A hedge, enough. Your hair's nice when you wash it. You're medium cheese. You're a jacket potato, perfectly good. Adequate coffee, $4.99 wine. Kronenberg, breaststroke, I love you. You're fine. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to end on a poem about water. This is about it's about jumping into the sea. Is anyone having therapy? A little bit of therapy. Every single one of you. I'm like, which I think is wonderful and I love it. But I was like having therapy with this like one person who I just felt like she just got a little boner every time I talked about how much of a wanker my dad was. And I was just a bit like, I don't know if this is that pragmatic anymore. And I feel like my parents are like, they're fine. Like they were just doing their best and it was pretty shit, but it was fine. Like they were just having a go. And I feel like that might be different for everybody. But for me, they were just humans. Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. I am going to end on this. It's called Raised by Humans. I woke up in this body again and decided to drive to the North Sea and throw the whole thing in. I don't know about you, but I was raised by humans who held me against their chests and then, when I got annoying, put me down and grew bitter. They missed their lazier lives. Hiss lines I've repeated in well-lit rooms with tissues close to hand for £50 an hour. I've had enough of that. I'm older than yesterday and okay with being made from their mistakes. And I know that this skin isn't the worst thing I could live in, especially when in waves. I like myself wave smashed. And I like everyone else more too. Thank you so much.
And in fact, since we're doing custom instead of clapping, let's on 3 just give a sound, all right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there we go. It worked. Good. Guys, we have reached our final poet of the evening. It is awe, but they're an awesome poet, so it's also awesome. Give a cheer! See, we balanced it out. It's all okay. Guys, I've said it before. They are one of my favorite poets in the scene. I'm absolutely blown away by their work. I know you will be too. Please put your hands together and welcome back to the stage to round off the night, the wonderful Rob Auton!
Makes you feel alive, performing. I know I'm alive. I know I'm alive due to the fact that self-service checkout in Sainsbury's asked me the question, do you wish to continue? What? Yeah. Of course I wish to continue. I'm in a supermarket. That's where you go. If you wish to continue. If I didn't wish to continue, I wouldn't be in a supermarket, would I? I'd be at home. discontinuing myself off. I do love performing. You know, being on stage is one of the few places where anxiety and paranoia loses its grip on me. And I got all people looking at me. It's as if my brain's saying, yeah, you've got something real to worry about now, Rob. I like a lot of things in this world, though. I like the sky. Where does the sky start? Does the sky start where the ground stops? What's this bit? This is it's called Sky Museum. I paid a visit to the Sky Museum. On the walls were photographs. Skies of all ages post the invention of the camera. There was a large window if you wanted to look at the most up-to-date sky. Surprisingly, looking out of the window was by far the biggest attraction at the museum. Mona Lisa levels of lookers staring through the glass at the unpainted big stuff, making comments such as, "Wow, that sky is brand new, that one. Look, we're the first people ever to get to see that. It's never looked like that before. Not exactly like that. Can you take a photo of me in the latest sky?" Alright, it's changed again. You mind taking another one of me in this new one? To be honest, I was surprised the museum had a roof. A large painting with nimbostratus clouds hung on the wall. A description read, "This is what scientists believe prehistoric skies to have looked like." It looked overcast to me. To say it was a museum, there was a distinct lack of authentic pieces of antique sky to look at. They hadn't preserved any sky for the paying public to get near. No waxworks or scale models like in the Jorvik Viking Centre. Yeah. Everyone else heard that, didn't they? It wasn't just my internal monologue. Yeah, that's right, baby. That's what I want from a museum. To get near something that I haven't been near before. I guess it's easier to dig things up than it is to pull them down. Thank you very much. I like sleeping. How does everyone feel about sleeping? Yeah, do you enjoy having a break from yourself? I know I do. Bed is the only piece of furniture I go to. I'm going to bed. I've never been to Chet. I like talking. I like talking because people can't hear your spelling mistakes, pick you out in your predominantly poor personal punctuation use. I've never used a semicolon incorrectly when talking. I haven't. I could drop one in wherever I like, and you wouldn't even know about it. You wouldn't even know about it. I love overhearing things. I love being in galleries, like rammed galleries. I love it. I'd like to be able to see the paintings, but I love overhearing people. I was in a gallery once, and I heard a lady say, she said, "I've had tonsillitis 4 times in 4 weeks." I was like, I don't think you have. I think you might have had it once. And I was once near a group of students, right? One student said to another student, they said, "Oh, we've got a specific kettle for pasta in our flat. We just fill the kettle with pasta, then put water on the top and boil it. It works." And the other one went, "Oh, posh." Crazy. Right. Has anyone got a favourite bakery that isn't Greg's? You got one? Where is it? In Michigan? You're quite a long way away from your favourite bakery. What are you going to do tomorrow? In Michigan. Where's your favourite bakery in Michigan, just in case you ever go? Where?
It's in Ypsilanti.
Where?
It's in Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti. Okay. I'll look out for it. What's good about it?
They're making donuts 24/7, so it smells really good in there.
What's it called? Krispy Kreme? Only joking. Right. This is about my favourite bakery, alright? I wish I had a favourite bakery. I could buy people bread as a gift. As I hand it to them, I would say, "This is from my favourite bakery." Holding it with both hands, they would look into the brown paper bag and think, "Wow, Rob is a man with a favourite bakery. I didn't realise he was doing so well." Do I have a favourite bakery? No. Why not? I haven't put the effort in. What haven't I put the effort into? I haven't put the effort into finding a favourite bakery. If I had, people would query where I found the time. How many times has he been there to have made it his favourite? Not only that, but how many other bakeries does he know that aren't his favourite? When did Rob become the type of person who has a favourite bakery? They would picture the new me opening the heavily condensated door on a crisp Saturday morning, gripping the worn gold-plated door handle with a brown leather-gloved hand, the bell ringing above the interior conversations, inhaling through my nose with my eyes shut, shaking my head when my lungs reach capacity, opening my eyes to a familiar smile from behind the loaf-laden counter. I would like to give someone supermarket bread as a Christmas present. A wrapped up loaf of white sliced under the Christmas tree would certainly have the shape of something that was worth opening. They would feel through the paper and think, "Wow, it feels like bread." But it must be clothes. Probably shouldn't have done that one. 8 minutes. 8 minutes free I've been on. I like to. I'm obsessed with time. The watch is the wristband to the festival of punctuality. Has anyone here got a smartphone? Yeah, you know on a smartphone you can open up a smartphone and you go into the calendar app. I love that calendar app so much. You know, you can open the app and you can get it on a grid of dates and you can scroll hundreds and hundreds of years into the future. See where the dates are going to land. Yeah, I was looking at the year 2136 and I saw that my birthday's going to be on a Monday. Oh, God. I'll probably have to do something on the Saturday. Probably won't have to do anything, because I'll be dead, baby. And this is called entertainment. We'll treat it as entertainment, shall we? Rhetorical question. We'll treat it as entertainment, shall we? What should we treat as entertainment? That tree over there, the one with the sky behind it. Look, you can see the clouds moving behind the branches. Yeah, okay. Has the entertainment started yet? Yeah. Yeah, it has. We missed the beginning, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Will we get to see the end? No, we won't. We have to make the most of the bits we get to see and catch them in our thought nets. Quickly reversing car. The colours of the junk mail on the doormat. Complicated things that seem so simple. The sun shining on the last orange in the fruit bowl. Barbecue smoke passing across the in bloom passion flower. The smile of someone you like. We are so futuristic to those who are gone, historic to those who are to come. They will wonder what it was like for us to be alive at this time. We owe it to them to have a look at it all and talk about it with each other while we still have the chance. Thank you very much.
Wow, what an evening. That was only an hour. That blew my mind. That was so good. Maybe the strangest, most derailed Loud Poets show we've ever done. Fantastic. If you are interested, we are filming the whole Fringe. We put out loads of spoken word content online. We've got our YouTube channel. You can find a ton of amazing stuff up there if you're interested in writing. We have workshops. We have all of that good stuff. But for now, can I just get you to give a big round of applause for our technician in the booth, Roddy! For all of the staff here at the Storytelling Centre, and most importantly for our incredible poets. I have been Kevin McLean. This has been Loud Poets. You've been fucking amazing. We will see you again. Have a wonderful Fringe. Good night. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, we'd appreciate it if you could hit the like button, if you could hit the subscribe button, and make sure to ring that bell icon so you don't miss any updates from us in the future. If you want to go that extra mile and support us a little further, we do have a Patreon channel with loads of exclusive goodies, and you can sign up for as little as $1 a month. We appreciate your help, guys, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.